All right, we live, y'all. About to get the show started. Episode 18, second show of the year. I'm doing a little promotion still. Second show of the year. Let's get the intro though. Let's just introduce it right. Check your forecast, check your broadcast. It's the podcast. New episode started right now. Yeah. Look, they ain't got a clue. They saying how you make it in this truth without a bishop or a crew. Cause I'm the bishop and the few. I put you up in the juicy, put the loose up on my noose and show me what I need to juice and make the floor before the roof. Cause the rain is just a stain. And it rains on the blameless and the blame. And that would never change. Let me explain. It mean I got grounded before I grew a little. You act like you knew a lot before you knew a little. It's not complicated once you get rid of the riddles. You teach the top is just the middle. You worse than some spittle. The real truth is too big and you bruisers are brittle. To catch this, you need a net and not carry like Kittles. Why your faith never lag? My power showed me. How you make it out of that? My power showed me. Why you always coming strapped? My power showed me. How you able to see that? My power showed me. All right. You know what I was thinking? I just might make another intro. Just cause. Just cause I feel like the balls is just dormant. You know how elder you got the balls just dormant and you ain't doing nothing with it. So you just gotta do something with them. I'm thinking about making making another intro. Introduce y'all to my elder, the great one, the one that keep me sane. Y'all know I'm not from this earth, right? But this the elder from Chicago. Linked in with him a couple years back. He had his own show going. Y'all might remember from a couple years back. To the increase of knowledge. Shout out. See, I wish I had my. I'm gonna get all that stuff together, the clapping and the applause. Shout out to the elder Sai, or you could call him Pharaoh too. However you feeling.
Amen. Praise the Most High. That's all.
Indeed. Go ahead, elder. Break it down. I know you got the the clubhouse. I know they changed it up a lot, but how's it been on the clubhouse lately?
Same shenanigans, man. Little boxes, you know, they little box in the Bible. I mean, you can stay grounded and having your mind on something, but a lot of minds
Right.
on there, they ain't on nothing. They ain't trying to get to no power, man. They just talking about the Bible, man. That's it.
Yeah.
But I didn't go forward with nothing over there. I just be
Okay.
hanging over there sometimes. So yeah, yeah. But here
Yeah.
soon we start bringing the lessons on. I probably just do them and then pop them on YouTube and get them off. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah. 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 Pop up on the Boycast and get a couple of them all. I know that a
Man,
lot of brothers and sisters. We get to
Okay,
we
hey
get to talking
everybody, we got
we get
11
to
games.
talking about some scripts, and I get a little lazy, man. I be like, all right, listen, y'all, come to the Facebook, and we'll chop it up over there. But like yesterday, we had a situation where we was dealing with it was something basic to me, man. I don't know what the brother was on, but I started getting into manipulation and certain type of agendas and doctrines coming out of nowhere. And this was an example that I had shared yesterday about Genesis 9, where it says I think it was, yeah, I gotta go back. Yeah, 9, where it said 27, where it said uh Noah was talking to his sons, and he told Japhet that he would enlarge Japhet and he would dwell in the tents of Shem. And the brother said that he didn't wasn't talking about Japhet, but talking about God. So I'm like, that just don't match in that scenario when he's talking about his three sons and what would come of them, saying that Canaan was gonna suffer and be a servant because of what he did. And yeah, so he took the word he in that verse in 27 to say that was God dwelling in the tents of Shem. And then it doesn't make sense. So I asked the brother how and who taught you that. And he was reluctant to tell me. And I was telling people like that's the beginning of bull. The reason why I get into it with a lot of people and scholars, I always get to where you get that from, where that come from, and it is always offensive. And once it becomes offensive, that's when you know it's bull, right? I mean, that's the conclusion I come up with. You can't show me where you got it from, then it's like, okay, yeah, I did. Then it's bull.
Man, that's a fact, man. And if you notice when you ask people that question, the evil spirit do jump on them. I remember a guy actually told me, he said, once saved, always saved. I said, the Bible don't say that. And then he just got
Mm-hmm.
mad. Man, you ain't gonna tell me I ain't saved. I didn't tell you you wasn't saved. I said the Bible don't say what you said. So yeah, and after that incident, I noticed that that's common. You point out that the book don't say what they're saying it say, or
Mm-hmm.
ask them to show you it. Yeah, evil spirit come behind that because they don't have nothing else to go to but the evil spirit.
Right. And then uh, uh, Christ said himself, man, it's the simplicity. It's the simplicity. Um, yeah, I think we got away from that a long time ago. At the beginning, when you learn, you keep it simple as possible because it's a plain thing. We are the people. They lied to us. Let's build together. And then it becomes a lot of ego driven things in the midst of that, which is fine too, because that ego kind of allow us to get gain more knowledge, but it's a two sided thing because you can gain more knowledge and do more destruction, like the scripts say too. People gain knowledge and study and meditate to mess over people, and like you always rehearse, the book is for a lot of people supposed to stumble. A lot of people supposed to be off and doing their own thing and tricking people and all.
Yeah, if
Yeah,
you believe the book, you got to believe that, and you can't forget that because you'll keep yourself out of being in the jam or thinking that it's for everybody, or it ain't a lot of devils handling the word inspiring groups. So you got to know that it ain't for everybody. It never will be. It say many are Peter right, many are appointed to stumble at the word. The
yeah.
word was made a stone of stumbling and a rock of offense. And the purpose that it was made like that, that they might go and and go backwards and be snared and be taken. So it's made like that. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
if you can't show it in the book, man, But like I say, you understand that the game saying you understand that these post people supposed to exist. The false Christ supposed to be here. The false prophet they supposed to be here. They working their number. They
Mm-hmm.
doing their thing, right? And I was thinking about this earlier on Clubhouse when Jesus go to these guys, them guys say, "Why you come to do us in before our time?" So
Mm-hmm.
the wicked know they know. You know what I mean?
Yep.
They know that they judgment coming. You know what I'm saying? And just thinking about it like, but they playing in the book, and you ain't because this what the book say. The book say one plant, one water, God get an increase. It say Christ quote Isaiah and say, they see not, hearing they hear not, lest at any time they be converted in their heart, and then I will heal them. Christ will heal them. So then put the math
Mm-hmm.
all the way together. They say, man, no man come unto Christ lest the Father draw him, and no man go unto the Father lest Christ draw him. So when men are standing up to make themselves the door or say, man, you got to come through me to get to Christ, to get to the Father, you should know that's bad math right off the bat. Because no man
Right.
get to Christ unless the Father draw him. Right.
Yep. Indeed. Indeed. And because I was just about to ask you, Why don't brothers teach that part of it? Why they don't teach that even if you reading it and get all the knowledge of what we you got knowledge enough to teach a lot of people. Why they don't also say, yeah, you can use this same thing, have that same knowledge, and trick everybody around you and mess over everybody around you? Why they don't read those verses that talk about the true sorcery? Yeah.
What about this, Elder? Yeah, man.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
I think that's just the simplified way that the Most High gave me to say it, is that they try to make themselves the door. Watch for
Mhm.
people that's trying to make themselves the door, saying, "Man, you got to come through me to get to Christ." Right? Yeah, the Most High might have sought you up to teach, and yeah, I might can learn something from you, but man, I ain't getting to Christ without the Father. Right?
Exactly.
So, and then on that, I'm gonna get over here in Jude. Jude, and I think this what we in the middle of, man. Uh, uh, Jude is only one chapter, verse 11 and 12. It say, "Woe unto them, for they have gone." This
Hmm.
was in their
Yeah.
heart. They're not thinking about competition with one another,
Hmm.
but they love the Most High. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's among us. And they ran greedily after the era of Balaam. Now, Balaam is when the donkey talked that saved him from the evil angel. What
Hmm.
happened was Balak came to Balaam to get him to curse Israel. And God told him, man, don't do nothing with them people. But
Yeah.
Balak, he kept offering them their bread, like, come up, we going to give you the kingdom. You can have whatever you want. So in the
Hmm.
book is letting us know that his motivation was the reward, right? So we got
Hmm.
that among the Israelites, among
Yep.
the brothers that's following. I ain't saying, I'm just saying be aware that these things are possible. And I'm gonna keep reading. It say, it says they ran greedily after the era of Balaam for reward, and they perished in the gainsaying of Korah, right? So Korah, right? He
Yeah.
created a doctrine. Listen, he created a doctrine. You know how we know he did? Because by the time they came to Moses and Aaron with the complaint, he had all the princes of the chief princes of all the tribes of Israel, and then he had all the commoners. That didn't just happen in one day. He had to be going around the camp propagating this thing, saying, "Man, listen, Aaron and gave his brother this spot with the big ephod, and he gave him this dignified position." But that's gang. This is what gang say is creating a
Hmm.
doctrine that makes them sure, right? And they
Yep.
try to oppose. But commandment of Christ, just like John said, the
Them
simplicity
sure.
of the book,
Mm.
the book allow us to know that, man, we them people, we messed up. Let's get back to follow Christ back to the power. That's really what the book say. But they
Yep.
saying a lot of other stuff. Boy, I'm gonna read this last one. And it's important.
Mhm.
This is why it's important to know this stuff. That they full of jealousy and envy at heart. They doing it for reward. A guy been an Israelite for 6 months. Now he got an Israelite clothing line, right? Uh, yeah.
Mhm.
and, and then, yeah, this is what's going on in front of us. And then they do it, they gang sales. They trying to find a opposing doctrine to draw people to themselves or they cause, to go
Mhm.
against others or to draw, So, but this is why it's important to know that among this is because it is verse 12. These are a spot in your feast of charity or your feast of love. When they feast with you, feeding themselves without fear. Clouds they are without water, about of wind, trees whose fruit were withered, without fruit, twice dead, plucked up by the roots. So, if you're not aware, then you letting the same thing that's gonna hinder you from growing or coming into the power that because it say Christ is the power of God and wisdom of God, right? So
Yeah.
if Christ be in us, you know what I mean? So it's some power the people should be getting to, but there's something in the way of getting in that power, and it's these other things that's going on in a lot of these people. Go ahead, John.
No, no, because that's the point I'll be making all the time. I'm saying, why haven't we reached a certain type of we should have a certain level of achievements, right? That we should have had a been achieved. Like that checklist is non-existent because if you put a checklist up there to show progression, you will realize we didn't go nowhere, and that's because they standing in the way of us connecting back to the Most High. Because once we go up, we got to give double honor to the elders, and they said, "No, we want triple, we want quadruple honor, we want all the honor." Then now y'all can't get to the Most High, right? We got to stop. That's where we are at currently, where we cannot jump over the elders to get to the Most High. We can't. We can't say, "Okay, elders, you just brought us this high. Now we good now." Now we can let's all build on our own merit with your guidance and your experience, but you can't keep us in these what Job said, you told me years back, these burdens.
My bad.
Because I don't think I'm that bad, but I was like, yeah, I became the Cat Williams of the community. Because when I do videos and stuff, it's always to look inward. I don't care about nobody else treating us no way because we all can see that. That's a problem we all are fighting, but it's still other problems that we need to highlight and endure through to really be true. So the script tells us we got to go through the fire. We got to be tried through the fire to come out better. And I think the fire is not just the flames that we want to identify. It's not just the burdens that we want to identify, but it's all things. And I think this community too, we leave the notion and the we leave our people behind when we become in this when we get into this community. I'm gonna give you an example. Like we go straight to condemning our brothers and sisters. Okay, I'm gonna give you all an example. The scripts say a man go chasing proselytes to make them a worse person than they are, and I think that's what's happening in a lot of cases where we doing our best in the worst way, right? So we bringing people in the worst way, and they're gonna bring people in the worse or in a worse, even worse way, and it's gonna continue on getting worse until and it really ain't about everybody. I learned that from you. It really ain't about saving everybody, but it
Man,
is about highlighting things. Say, okay, yeah, this is not the way. This is not the way. In one of my songs, I had said, when
Black
people
Hole,
say, don't
Omar.
do this and don't do that, or no, they say do this and do that, and we don't really talk about, okay, but we can't do this though. Yeah, you should be a good person and do that, but then show me what I shouldn't be doing too. You can't just say be a good person without a checklist. It got to be a checklist. I learned that from a brother, he an Israelite brother, man, years ago. His name Wood. We call him Professor Wood. And he my age too. Was really dope, man. And he said our community, as a community as a whole, because he's a historian, he looked at how communities are based on. It's a checklist for everything. You gotta start marking things off or you cannot see where your progression is at. You won't know, right? So, yeah, man, it's really become a, um, a stumbling block for a lot of us. Brothers come to me like, yeah, man, you be talking this stuff, man, you're gonna be a stumbling block for the new people. Or I'm gonna save them from the bull because we see when you get in a lot of places, a lot of these brothers are corrupting people. Prime example today. A brother is out there now who's teach at a certain camp, I ain't gonna name the camp, but he's one of the head people in the camps. He just slept with a brother's wife, a brother that he knows. He just found out today, posted it all over Facebook. I even shared it if y'all want to go to my page. I'm just not gonna say the names. If y'all want to search it out yourself, y'all do y'all thing,
You
right?
said
But
you said it.
it's on my page. Y'all want to search it out, y'all do y'all thing. But what this is a prime example of, we have to highlight those things too. Okay, we got a brother who's teaching every Shabbat, and he banging everybody's wife. Why we not condemning this man? Why we not saying, okay, you just as bad as the people Cat Williams was talking about, right? So yeah, Elder man, they want to be upset with me about, I make jokes and all that, but I'm talking about real stuff in the community too, and they get mad at me because I'm talking
Yeah,
about
it's all good. Just don't say nothing about it. Don't
it.
tell nobody.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's what I had. Like, the route I came, man, I had a lot of problems because I didn't never had this yes man thing, man.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't raised with disrespected persons. So, I never looked at your title or who you saying you is, or even what you've been given to do as when it don't, when it lead common sense, or it lead the book, or it lead the book, or it don't make sense, then I'm gonna tell you, man, that don't even make sense. I don't
Right.
care who you think you is. Somebody told you was the elder. Now you think and then you steady doing something. So a lot of I think it's all wrapped around playing church. It's all wrapped
Yeah.
around. It's not being a people. You know what I mean? Because if you got a
Yeah.
community and you looking at the elders and you know the elders, then it ain't a chance for these things to try to happen. It ain't a chance for it because we together. It say Acts chapter 2. It say the people took the bread, they sold everything and had all life. That's an economic move that the people
Mm-hmm.
made, and then they were together house to house daily. It became a community of believers. Now we all in it together. Ain't no chance for this. The book saying the multitude of counselors is safety because we all on the same thing. Hold on, what you doing, man? Everybody looking at everybody, but if you hard pressed because of things, envy and jealousy. Uh, the era came with war like Balaam, right?
Mm-hmm.
and gainsayers. This what you in the middle of. The people, anybody that's standing up before me, I'm gonna read scripture in a minute, right? But
Yep.
anybody in front of you standing up saying, "Man, you got to go through them to get to the Most High Christ," they lying, man. That's a bald
Yeah.
faced lie. They not to
Mm-hmm.
do it, and they may have been called to teach. But no matter how much teaching they do, you still can't get to Christ or the Father, because that's between you, Christ, and the Father.
Mm-hmm.
There ain't no acronyms, ain't no group of people, ain't ain't none of that. It's you
Mm-hmm.
and God looking at you if you a dirt bag on the inside. And you know what I mean? If you
Yep.
an unrighteous one. Go ahead,
Mm-hmm.
John.
No, no, no. You right on point. I know you say you're about to grab something, and I wanted to give a shout out real quick to one of our elders too. I like to do this at the beginning of the show, but um, I was trying to do two things at once, so I'm gonna run past this real quick, but not fast. But I just want to give a shout out to the elder
Mm, mm,
countless lives. What Christ say, elder? You will do greater works than I have. And this
amen.
man showing that he can save lives, keep people from dying. So, Otis Boykins, pacemaker, and I want to point out the IBM computers. Ain't this the biggest corporation in human history out of the Bill Gates? He's responsible for this stuff, man. So
Mm.
we got a guy who's responsible for the components in the IBM computer and the pacemaker. So shout out to Otis. Say that right, because for some reason I feel like I said – 'cause for some reason I feel like I said. – 'cause for some reason I feel like I said. – 'cause for some reason I feel like I said. – 'cause for some reason I feel like I said. – 'cause for some reason I feel like I said. – 'cause for some reason I feel like I said. – 'cause for some reason I feel like I said. – 'cause for some reason I feel like I said. – 'cause for some reason I feel like I said. – 'cause for some reason I feel like I said. – 'cause for some reason I feel like I said. – 'cause for some reason I feel like I said. – 'cause for some reason I feel like I said. – 'cause for some reason I feel like I said. – 'cause for some reason I feel like I said. – 'cause for some reason I feel like I said. – 'cause for some reason I feel like I said. – 'cause for some reason I feel like I said. – 'cause for some reason I feel like I said. – 'cause for some reason I feel like I said. – 'cause for some reason I feel like I said. – 'cause for All right, come on, let's switch it back up. But yeah, man. You said you had something, Elder?
Oh yeah, don't never stop. But that made me think about, you know, you know, how we the smartest people and the dumbest people at the
At the
same
same
time.
time.
Man, God did a fix on these people, man. When we
Man,
get into that thing, there's a lot of us can't even get to that pacemaker, right?
yeah,
But we stay claim to its invention. You know what I'm saying?
right.
It's amazing to be caught up in that. Uh, I'm gonna go and come right back. I'll be right back, John.
No doubt, no doubt. And to keep going on the inventors, man, I think too, um, like the elder was saying, we got the brother who created the pacemaker and we can't even get a hold to him. And this is done purposely. We cannot, they are taking our, not just necessarily our history, but our power away. When the Most High grant these brothers and sisters these abilities to do these amazing things, the mind, the insight. Hear me well? Make sure this audio good. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? But yeah, when we get these ideas from the Most High to do these things, it's extracted from us to allow us to continue in these things, right? So he got kids, right, who know him well, who are familiar with him in their lineage. They should be highlighted as a family, like how we do the Rothschilds, how we do the Black Rocks and all. Why is this family not that renowned around the world? So they are taking not just they took everything and they steady taking it. They have to continue to take because what this shows, what I'll be showing y'all on these episodes, is how dominating we are. We say we dominating and we always look at sports and all this and our physical and our looks, but this is dominating right here. Every race of people create things. We have dominated the arena of humanity. This is humanity bringing, making life more better. We have dominated in it, and this has to be a continuous thing that I mean I gotta promote this continuously. And y'all have to, this is your responsibility too, right? So Otis, Boykin. Let me show you again real quick. Real quick. Y'all stay right there. Y'all stay right there. Y'all I gotta grab my charger. So don't move. All right, I'm back. Yeah. So this is your responsibility also, man. We all gotta continue to do this and uplift our brothers. Be like we say we are. And this, like, this I'm gonna say this again. Why don't we teach this is in our Sabbath classes also about these brothers and sisters? We can't erase these brothers and sisters from history. When we talk about the commandment keepers, they knew they was Israel. So let's just assume everybody in history knew they was Israel, right? And let's talk about it. Let's just assume they knew. And let's bring them up because I think we eliminate our brothers who don't know. Or we assume that they didn't know if we don't give them no reverence. We try to make ourselves better than them. Oh, yeah, they was great. Like Malcolm X and Martin Luther King. A lot of people say Malcolm X knew. I think he knew. I believe Martin Luther King knew too. So but when we talk about them, we want to demean them and down them because they wasn't fringed out or they didn't have no clear indication that we were the chosen people or we are the Israelites. You know what I'm saying? So we kind of got this a hierarchy system that's back is upside down. So the people who great is at the bottom, and the people who ain't nothing is at the top. It's crazy, man. So But yeah, we're gonna continue on. I do also wanted to jump in a couple of these prophecies. Revelation 8. I had seen some stuff, man. I know a lot of times people it's exciting to talk about, but I seen some stuff on YouTube where um about the earthquake. So I posted up a couple of videos about the earthquake in Japan, and I want to show y'all a couple clips from these earthquakes. And it's really pretty crazy. It's a couple shorts I want to just drop on y'all real quick. Here go a couple of them right here. Let's see. And it's one man with these birds. They was flying. A security camera caught it. The bird, like a whole flock of them, this was flying, and this all dropped, hit the ground, like crazy. I'm gonna show that to y'all too. But I want to show y'all the disaster that's happening right now. Let's see. I'll get the volume. Ain't too much volume on it. I think it's one of the ones that. Hold on. Let me slide it over. These ones I seen in this ground. If y'all can see it well, let me see if I can. I don't know if I can expand it, but the ground is literally opening up, and Japan got a trillion people over there. Like it's really scary as hell to see the situation that's going on over there. That's one of them. I'm gonna give y'all a couple more. I want y'all to see this stuff, man. Okay, here go. I don't want to say good one, but here go one I seen where after one of the earthquakes, the land broke down, right? And look at this. The land broke down. Now we can't like we see this stuff and we don't feel it, right? I just always try to put myself in their position and say, yo, what if this happened right in our backyards? Right? I always try to visualize seeing this in person. And knowing that I ain't got no plan for a damn landslide. What plan do you have when the earth cell will fall on top of you and open up under you? What plan do we have for that? Two, I want to point it out. I want to point out I'll be listening to Brother Jacob's show a lot too. Mr. Hebrew, y'all go check that radio show out. It's really, really good. I mean, he's just amazing. And he pointed this out, which we all understood. But he said, you notice none of this stuff ever hits the hood. As much grimy stuff we do in the hood, it never be like total devastation like we see in other places. I mean, it was in Kansas City one year. They wiped out the whole town. Was flatline, and it didn't touch the hood. It didn't touch the hood, so it shows some type of protection, right? So don't be too weary with this stuff. So I never get too weary. You gotta always believe in the Most High, but don't be so uh uh uh, uh insensitive too, because we also have to understand everybody ain't out to get it. Some people just living like we live. We have a system we are under that is corrupt. Everybody we see is not corrupt. It's a system that we are under that is very corrupt. So I got a couple more videos. I was one of them I want to show you. Okay, here go the birds. Okay. Yeah, here go the birds one. I thought this was wild. Hundreds of birds. Just Taliban birds just dropping down I mean, really though. Mission Impossible, man. I don't know what's going on with the animals. I mean, go the past 10 years, they've been down. We've been seeing every year birds dropping from the sky, tons of wildlife just dying all together. We see all them cows dying, all them fish washing up. There was a bunch of sardines piled up in the Philippines, and yeah, man. So it's a change in our environment, and I think we're not highlighting that enough. Not to say we got to harbor on it and be um fearful of it, but at least acknowledge these things. Like Fukushima, that whole thing with the water killed a lot of sea creatures, and a lot of fishermen and a lot of fishermen a lot of people who live off the sea over there. I mean the ocean. They can't. It's destruction since 2012 for them, or whenever that happened. I think it was 2011. So, but yeah, outside of that, I think when we deal with prophecy, we need to look more inward. I'm always about looking in the mirror because and when you go through life and you act like you something, and then you find out at the end that you're not. Okay, it was a thing that happened with Stephen A. Smith, and it was one another it was another damn another sports analyst. I forget his name. He was a heavyset guy, and Stephen A. Smith got to cussing him out. Matter of fact, I want it's hilarious. So you know what? I'm gonna try to find that, but we could transition over. But to hold on, let me see, because there's a point I want to make with that. Oh, Jason Whitlock. Okay, yeah, it was Jason Whitlock, and let me tell you what he said. It's hilarious, man. Okay, all right, it's pretty vulgar, but it's funny, and he says something that's deep, and I think a lot of us don't think about what we do at the end. So I'm gonna play it, right? But it's a message in this. Right? It's funny as hell though.
How you were betrayed by this particular writer, so you know how I must feel that you betrayed me. Did you tell the folks that? You bitch.
Now, I got a point with this, right? The point is, we are building these relationships with our brothers and sisters, and secretly, like this brother I'm talking about, who messed with his wife. He fed this man. They kicked it. They did lessons together. They did music together, and you got his wife in your phone, and you sending her pictures, and y'all dealing with each other. And we ain't talking about the betrayal that's in our community. We have to clean out the insides, man. Got to clean out the insides. But I want to play this because he said something that's profound. I'm gonna play this, and he said something deep. And this is how I look at myself. I look at myself like this:
You were betrayed by this particular writer, so you know how I must feel that you betrayed me.
betrayal.
Did you tell the folks that? You bitch. Did you tell them? You fat piece of shit. Did you tell them that?
That's how I
Got
feel about
names.
things too.
We got Jamel Hill. We got Howard Bryant. You want me to bring up the other writers that wouldn't work for you? Why it took you nearly 2 years to get an article out? Because you ran that shit so bad you were running it into the ground? What a disgrace you were to John Skipper, the former boss of ESPN,
See, we got
or the whole.
and people always feel like they can't expose people because we gotta forgive them. The forgiveness, the forgiveness part to me. Okay, let's get into that real quick before I finish this video.
Yeah, the truth, man. Cat
Huh?
Williams right now, Cameron following suit. You might as well too, John. Expose them by name.
You know what? You know what, man? And like I say, I'm gonna start slow. It's on my page, so his name and face is all up on there. But
Man, just say his name, man. Pull your page up on your screen and turn the
and
camera
put it all right. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. That's what I'm gonna do. That's what I'm gonna do. All right. But that's what I'm gonna do. And before we do that,
truth, man. What can you do, man? But tell the truth and expose the fake ones.
I'm
You know, man.
what else is there? So we want to hide people's uh 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 purposely done. This ain't no mistake, right? This ain't somebody who slipped up and messed up. This is somebody who is a a serial wife stepper. He
Oh,
steps on everybody's wife. This is what this brother does. And we are either in cahoots with it, because if we ignore it, we either are with it or we don't think we trying to hide something that we got going on. So you either down with what he doing particularly, or you have your own dirty laundry that you don't want to get shown, so you don't want to show nobody else dirty laundry. There's only two ways about this,
John
right?
Boy, you say his name, man. Stop being
Oh, I'm about to
scared.
show y'all his face. I'm gonna do one better. I'm gonna show you his face. We're gonna do one better.
Run tell that. We exposing.
Run tell that. So look. I wanna. You know what? Let's just go ahead and jump to this. And it's sickening, man. Because what everybody's doing is just. First, I'm gonna show y'all this too. I thought this was pretty cool. This still one of my favorite pictures. Let's go ahead and show that.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So the title is "It's three types of Jews in the world, but one of them ain't an Israelite." Y'all gonna
Mm.
get that and share that too, man. I think this is iconic. I got another one too, and that's a little more controversial. That's a little more controversial. All right. But this one is iconic, man. All right. So let's go and scroll down. Now my page is hilarious. Right. Shout out to the brother Benjamin. So let's get to it. Here. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Can y'all see it?
Mm.
Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute, man. Roll that down. I can't see the name. What's the name? What's the name, John Boy?
Okay. Here go Ezra Israel.
Mm.
What camp we got down there? Now I could read what's being said down here.
Now,
Right?
you know what, man? It's funny. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But we know, man, guys could be false accusers as well.
Now, see, this the thing with that. Now, now I met the brother, right? And I seen how he operate. He's a genuine brother, so it could be false accusations for sure.
All right.
Then let's then
He's
let's get
been
to the bottom of it, Israel. Because hey, maybe it's some underlying things that's not being totally exposed. I'm on the side of the brother because he got the evidence and everything, and then we got brothers who are intentionally not talking about things in our community. So we need to either way get to the bottom of all
air it out,
situations and
air
everything.
it
But
out,
no, this is something
man.
serious, man. I think is pretty unfortunate. The brother been with her 12 years, 6 children. That's like me and my wife. I couldn't imagine a brother got my wife in his phone, and yeah, I would want him to be exposed also. So we gonna definitely check on to that, and we're gonna, as a community, judge that. Cause ain't that what the script's about? We judge in the community that way. It's a fair judgment. We all can sit there. We all can analyze what we need to do and what we should do, and judge this properly. But I do think it's a situation where we don't care about the N word of us. That let me know this is fake. This is fake. Yeah, it's fake. Because you're
It's
not
not
fixing the N word. Even in communities where if you look at the government hate to prosecute themselves. Why? Because it's not about that. It's about subdue, control, and manipulate. So when they never like to lock their own selves up, their own partners and people who do, because they all in cahoots. Or they also got dirty laundry. So yeah, man, yeah. So I wanna finish this video with Stephen A. Smith because you said something. This I want to show y'all how I think and operate. He's
Big.
hilarious. So here you go.
A host of others. You want me to talk about that? Because I got receipts. I got the email. You want me to talk about that? Now, just for everybody that wants to understand, how could this possibly be? Because once upon a time, I actually tried to speak up for this damn cretin. I knew he was a piece of shit. But I said, look, maybe he's misunderstood. Why would I do that, ladies and gentlemen? Because sometimes as black folks, we get in our own way. We think that all of us must be of one monolithic thinking, that we need to be completely and totally aligned. And any deviation from that brings into question our quote unquote blackness. Martin Luther King was a man of peace. Malcolm X was by any means necessary. They can't possibly be on the same page. Even though their agendas was for the upliftment and the preservation.
See that idea too? It's different offices, but we gotta have a checklist on this goal we trying to set.
Mm.
It's certain players on your team that don't react to getting punched in the face by Michael Jordan. And then there's certain players on the team that won't react to, hey man, you gotta get your stuff together, or being a nice guy to him like LeBron. You need two different types of people. You need different types of people running different types of offices with the same goal to help everybody to be able to organize and affect and deal with all types of personalities. But in our community, we got one identity that's being promoted. It was a bunch of us who are not the same as everybody. But this is a great point he makes. And whether we like Malcolm X or choose to be on Martin Luther King's side, they had one agenda. That was to get us to the top. That's why they both are dead. Martin Luther
So
King's still not here. Go ahead.
now I want to throw this in there. I think all these things is present because the Most High efficient in what he do. He say how he set the body up. All the working parts are here. Governors, helps. However, the same curses in our hearts where we would be against one another, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
That I pointed to that epistle of Jude that's saying, man, it's jealousy and envy in the community, it's gainsayers in the community, and it's people that's there for reward. And they are a spot in your feast of charity. They stopping you from getting to the love. Where the book say, it say, when we love one another, God is in us. Well, that's the
Mm-hmm.
commandment of Christ, to love one another. He say, no greater love than to lay down your life for your brother. So that's it. Then now you get on earth and you understand, man, if these people work together, but the one that was called to be a warrior is being talked down by the one that's being called to be a preacher or a teacher. We don't see the completement of a nation. It actually
Mm-hmm.
say in 1 Corinthians 12 that he gonna set up governments. Um, when them brothers set up NY Masha Yashala, I thought it was brilliant. However,
Mm-hmm.
it would have to have delegates from all the congregations, and they couldn't come to that end to say, hey,
Right.
let's put everybody in some one representative and everybody in this Masha Yashala.
Mm-hmm.
Keep hosting the summits, keep going to the summits, keep no matter what, you think he got three heads, you think he got one head, he think he got two heads. It don't matter. We know he up there, so let's get
Mm-hmm.
to what we got to get to. Because
Yep.
at the end of the day, even before you get out of the Torah, the Most High say gonna circumcise our hearts, and we gonna return to Him. So the question become, what is stopping us from being this what not all that what people talking about. The question is what is in the way of us embodying this power will come that come with serving the Most High. You feel me? In his little boxes. people want to talk too much in it. Um, and he right. Just talking on the secular level, Malcolm and Martin was going for the same cause in two different ways. But if they would have
Hmm.
came together, it would have been more power in the movement they was making. When we view it like that, now I don't want to hear nothing from all you conspiracy theorists talking about, man, it was government implants. I'm not talking about all that. It might have been, right? I don't know. I know
Yeah.
they had one certain cause on the plate, and they would be better together. I thought this in my mind, like it's a black a black plumber, a black electrician, it's a black carpenter, and a black real estate agent talking about how ain't no opportunities for blacks, right? So and you find that because they're addicted to crying, they're addicted to complaining. They not looking to say, like John Boy. John Boy make better songs than a lot of people, man. You know what I mean? So, but I found that the other artists they couldn't just acknowledge that. You know, they had to be in competition. You know what I'm saying? So, what is that in their heart? Is that heart for serving the Most High? No, that heart ain't for serving the Most High. That heart has to be bigger than his brother. But so that ain't the commandment of Christ, because the commandment of Christ is love one another. I don't want to go too far from where you was going. Go ahead, John. Oh, we lost John. Yeah, that's so. Yeah, man. By all means, start to know and understand that it ain't for everybody, man. It just ain't for everybody. Christ say, "My mother and my brother and my sister are those who do my Father's will." Not everybody that's lip boxing in the Bible, right? Uh, we kill ourselves with that kapootie, because you making allegiance to people who is not right at heart. The book tell you that with their mouth they do serve me, but they heart far from me, right? So they memorize the scriptures and they got scripture lists and all that, but they don't have a heart to serve the Most High. Lamentations 2 and verse 14 say, your, the, the prophets have seen vain and